For everyone new here, my name is George and I set a challenge to myself to climb the highest peaks of every European country. And to make it not too boring, I travel at least the next few months by bike to them. I started from the beautiful city of Vienna 1 week ago, biked along the Danube until a town in Hungary called Vaduz. There I left the Danube in order to reach Mount Kekes, the highest mountain of Hungary. The goal of my journey is to bike over Slovenia and the Balkans till Turkey. The route? Well, I will make it along the way. For now, I want to reach Maribor in Slovenia. In the second week of my adventure, so this video, we will start from Gyöngyös, or actually near Gyöngyös. After I already climbed Kekes, and we will start biking to Budapest, the capital of Hungary, and then continue towards Slovenia and there pass Lake Balaton, which is by the way the biggest lake in Central Europe. Have fun with this video, and hey, if you like what you see, please show it by giving me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to not miss any further episodes. Today we're gonna go all the way from Gyöngyös to Budapest, which will be 100 kilometers and quite a lot of elevation. I think it's, well, not a lot, I think it's around 600 meters of elevation. The biggest problem is that it will be again a ride in the middle of the streets, so I'm really not excited for that. After the experience of going to Gyöngyös on these big streets. So I'm curious how it will be. For now I'm going back to the city of Gyöngyös because yesterday I was in the outskirts because, yeah, for the summit. And there we get some breakfast. I'm really hungry and I also need to buy some water. And then we're gonna go full speed to Budapest. And the cool thing is in Budapest we will have one day doing nothing. I want to discover the city a bit. I'm super hyped, super excited. It will be a lot of fun, but first we need to go to Budapest. But before making any more kilometers, breakfast. And breakfast means the usual ritual begins. Finding a supermarket, getting some food and water, adding maybe some sweet stuff, paying, eating at the parking lot and biking again. Champions breakfast, a bit of cheese, a bit of sausage, bread, coffee. I really hope this coffee is actually good. Of course, the Maxi King cannot be missed. A lemonade and some water for on the go. So I will eat quickly and then let's hit the road and let's go to Budapest. Back on the bike. The way out of Gyöngyös was on a really pretty bike lane, but I knew soon it would be time to bike again on the national road. And after my last experience of risky takeovers and careless drivers as I was biking towards Gyöngyös, I was slightly nervous. But today was at least Sunday, so there should be less trucks on the road. Budapest, we are coming! Back on my favorite street. The ride itself was actually pretty boring, especially with the constant smell from the emissions from the cars that passed by. After a while, a bit of a torture. Nevertheless, I got closer and closer to Budapest, which was motivation enough for me. I made a pretty good progress until, of course, I got a flat tire. The second flat tire of this tour. But after my difficulties last week, I bought a new pump, and with that it was no problem and I was very soon back on the street. I can't repeat myself more often, but this pump was the best invested money ever. Few more kilometers and I reached the outskirts of Budapest. This is day 9 of the tour. I arrived yesterday evening pretty late, or way later than I planned, in Budapest. Today is actually a rest day or recovery day and working day, so there's not much. I want to take some time to wash clothes, also relax the muscles a bit. Tomorrow the plan is I want to discover a bit Budapest.
I discovered the old town. I always wanted to visit this city and also try some Hungarian dishes. I'm really looking forward for this. And then day after we start already the bike journey to Balaton, and then we start already biking to Maribor to Slovenia. Besides that, also what I want to do these days is making a bit of a budget planning, because I'm on a very tight budget and I need to check how I can make it somehow and turn everything twice. And yeah, let's figure this out as well today and tomorrow. But now let's wash the clothes. For this I have my ultralight hiking stuff and the ultralight washing machine. I only had it one time with me in the first island crossing Madeira. How it's supposed to work is you just have like these tabs and they are, this leaves, whatever, and they are supposed to be soap. And then in this washing machine you fill water, stuff, and so the dirty clothes and the washing thing, tablets, and then you can just clean it there a bit. It's of course not like a washing machine, but nevertheless it helps. Better than nothing. Inside there are some little knobs in this dry bag, and with them somehow we'll clean a bit. I'm really not sure if this helps much. I hope this actually helped anything. It doesn't smell anymore. So it helped. It smells now like the washing towel. Nice. I don't think it replaces a washing machine, but let's see, better than nothing. Good, washing day is finished. Let's hang it somewhere.
Budapest, also called the heart of Europe, is one of the biggest cities along the Danube. The architectural beauty and diversity of the city gave it also two other nicknames: Queen of the Danube and Pearl of the Danube. Seeing Budapest was one of the highlights of this trip so far for me. Although being close to Vienna, somehow I never managed to arrive in this side of the continent, and I was delighted to be there and discover the city and its culture. While strolling through the streets and exploring the city, I could understand where it got its name from. The city displays a lot of architectural styles, from ancient Roman buildings to Gothic, Renaissance, Ottoman architecture, Byzantine, classical and neoclassical. And despite all being very different, they somehow blend together in telling the history of this beautiful city and giving its unique Hungarian style. Besides architecture, I was also curious about where the name of the city comes from. The city as we know it now was in the past actually three different cities: Buda, Pest and Óbuda, until AD 73 when the unification happened. And I couldn't find a more romantic place that this place is other than on a Gellert hill. This hill is standing a few hundred meters above the Danube, and it was nice to put my legs to work in a different way than biking and sitting on the saddle. It was not the shortest walk, but going up there rewards you with more than just beautiful views, and it's definitely worth it. Besides being able to admire the landscape of the entire city, you can see there a statue that shows metaphorically Buda's and Pest's union in the shape of a prince and princess, separated by the Danube with their hands outstretched towards each other. The Gellert Hill stands just after crossing the Liberty Bridge, which connects the two parts of the city now, and was the first to be reconstructed after having been destroyed in World War II. Conveniently, at the other end of this bridge lies the central market. If you get tired going up and down the Gellert Hill, you can make a stop here to eat some traditional Hungarian dishes, or stock with some typical Hungarian sausages and paprika. For me, it was not dinner time yet, but I took the time to stroll through the market. And I was so impressed with the diversity of types of paprika powder and dried paprikas displayed there. There were so many other Hungarian products, from the typical salami, different kind of sausages, honey, lavender, up to traditional blouses and accessories. Personally, I love wandering around markets. I think it can tell you something about some aspects of our culture. And in order to improve the taste of my dishes that I cook on my trip, I bought as a souvenir a pack of smoked sweet paprika. After the market, it was time to continue my stroll through the city. I saw some of the different architectural styles that I was reading about, made a circle and arrived again near the Liberty Bridge. And now, after so much walking, I was actually quite hungry. So I went to try some local dishes, and I found tucked away in a corner a small restaurant. The interior was decorated in a very rustic way, which I loved.
and I ate some nice hearty Hungarian dishes. I really loved the taste of the Hungarian cuisine, and it was the perfect end of a long day. After getting my belly full, it was time to call it a day and to head back to my hotel. On the way I could admire the city in a different coat. This city looks so beautiful, adorned in the night cozy lights. I guess this is one of the reasons why so many people fall in love with the city and where the name Pearl of the Danube comes from. After this relaxing day, I was ready to hop on my bike again and continue my quest through Hungary towards Lake Balaton. New day and finally back on the bike. Today my plan is to bike towards Lake Balaton and make camp at a different lake, few kilometers before Lake Balaton. I was really happy to bike again after making the break. Alrighty, I am about to leave Budapest, and I need to say it was actually really amazing having this one day of break. The first day I used mainly for cutting, and yesterday was really a recovery and holiday day. I was running a bit around the city, tried some local food. Now I'm very excited to get back on the bike and start and making distance again and going to the direction of Slovenia and coming closer to the Alps. I think the scenery will be completely different than here in Hungary. Also, I use the time not only for cutting, also for making the more unpleasant things like making budget. I think I may say this in the previous videos, but this whole tour is completely financed by myself. I also don't get any money for it. I also make only the YouTube videos to share the stuff with you, but I don't actually live on it. So I saved some money and now I use this money. And what I realized in the last week, I basically went way over my budget. One reason is that I used a lot of hotels, which I don't know why actually it happened, but it somehow happened mainly because I was always arriving really late, but also then everything was new, so I was sleeping most of the time just in hotels, and this is something that they need to cut, that I want to cut and also need to cut. I mean, I have all my sleeping setup with me, so from now on I will sleep mainly outside. And the second thing is what I also spend way too much is, for example, sometimes if I'm in towns I buy water and then I also drink a coffee, and it's not a big amount of money but it accumulates, so this is something I need to cut. And I have a coffee machine with me. I can just stop, pick it out and make some coffee. I plan to survive at least 1 more month with my savings, and then I will need to search for a job, at least part-time, and basically bike then half day, and the other half day I will work remotely. I'm not sure yet how I will make this whole thing, so I will need to start think about it, but I want to live as long as possible from the savings. So also to make a bit of cheap self-advertisement, if you're a company, feel free to reach out and sponsor my trip. But on a more serious note, I just need to cut the expenses a bit and be a bit more wise with how I spend and for what I spend. And that's what I did yesterday, a couple of hours long. Anyways, a lot of talking. Let's get started and let's leave Budapest and let's reach Slovenia. And let's have a good ride day.
Are you ready? Are you ready for the comeback? Yeah. Are you ready for the comeback? You know we the ones that ready for whatever.
Short stop for water. It's crazy hot. I think it's easy 34 to 36 degrees. So stay hydrated.
You just heard drums. They've been ready for the battle. Any person that comes got the weight of the world on them. Yeah, they're too strong. I might have been down, not out. It's on sight, you gon' figure that out. And I might have been down, not out. Only one thing I gotta know now is, are you ready for the comeback? Yeah.
It's crazy. In 20 minutes or something. In the last 20 minutes the temperature completely dropped. It's actually quite fresh now, especially if I'm sweaty and everything. I think I have probably 1 more hour until the thunderstorm comes. It holds until 11. Actually, it's quite nice that there's a storm coming. It should cool down everything. But it's not nice to sleep in a forest. But anyways, I will try to go to the supermarket. Fools. Try to go to the supermarket. It's 2 kilometers away. Should be perfectly in time. And then I will see what I'm doing. And also monitor the weather. And hope for the best. Wish me luck. beautiful here. Nothing goes right. I checked the weather a bit. Apparently there's thunderstorm and storm the whole night and lots of rain. There's even a weather warning. So I just booked now in a town 16 kilometers away. The cheapest accommodation I could find. Yeah, my plan today is to sleep outside this again. So tomorrow on Lake Balaton. I checked the weather. Tomorrow it's perfect. Beautiful weather. There we will sleep outside and finally use this setup.
While continuing, the air got more and more thick, and you almost could smell that a storm is coming. Luckily, I arrived before the storm and managed to stay dry. Good morning. I am so hungry. I didn't have the chance to eat anything yesterday. I was working a bit and then falling asleep, doing not much, and didn't got anything to eat. So I'm crazy hungry. I leave the hotel now and will get some food. And apparently it was good that I slept here because during the night it was raining like crazy and also some thunderstorm. So at least the money was worth it. After some breakfast I left the town, which name I would not be able to pronounce, and started full speed to Lake Balaton.
It's amazing. Everywhere bike trails. Perfect maintained, no holes, no nothing. It makes so much fun. It's amazing. After the last days of biking, I think since I left the Danube, this is the first time really nice bike trails again. Beautiful. Today, even though I'm really tired, I feel like super motivated. Also because of this food. It sounds really stupid, but if you're super hungry, even if the food is not that crazy amazing, you just appreciate everything. And now, full of energy, boosting to Lake Balaton and enjoying beautiful Hungary.
The perfect maintained bike lanes really helped me to make speed, and the around 40 kilometers to Lake Balaton were very fast done. And I
arrived at Lake Balaton. It's beautiful. It's so annoying. I see all the people in the water and I really want to swim. But I still need to make 40 kilometers and then I need to work a bit and I don't think I will have time. It's a shame, But at least the ride until here was really fun. It went down and I managed to get a new speed record. I almost was on 55. My new target that I will have for the tour is probably in Slovenia, where we can go later from the Alps down to reach 60. That will be my new goal.
Reaching Lake Balaton was after Mount Kekish the second big milestone for me on this tour. And until the next milestones, Ljubljana, the capital of Slovenia, and reaching the sea, worth to celebrate. Because of the size, I will spend 2 days biking along the lake.
The most important thing about biking is creaming the ass, and you should do this every couple of hours and making it everywhere oily. That helps runners, otherwise you get like irritations and stuff like this. And everything in the trouser, good smearing. It's like the oil for the machine. Fresh, clean and oiled. Let's go. Last 20 kilometers I think to a town where I will stay nearby tonight. Beautiful. Beautiful sunset vibes on this amazing lake. It's really beautiful. I biked the last 3-4 kilometers until a restaurant. We'll get some nice food there. The supermarkets are already closed, so I need to get to a restaurant. And then close to the restaurant, there I will search for a spot some nice trees to hang my hammock and have a beautiful night. Let's go get some food. Oh my god, I found the perfect spot. The only downside is directly there, here, is the street, so 5 meters. But look at this. And here, I'm gonna sleep. This is a dream. This is perfect spot, perfect overnighter. I think this will be an amazing night. I finished my setup. I will just use the hammock without any tarp or anything. It's not necessary. It's not raining tonight. And yeah, then I hide from the mosquitoes because there are a lot. But this is a dream spot. This is. I'm so happy. This will be an amazing night. I'm in the hammock and about to sleep, and it's cozy atmosphere. So have a good night.
Coincidences found her with the finer things in life. Looks like butterwood and milk.
Good morning. I had actually a quite good night. It was really calming with the lake around and hearing the waves. But I woke a couple of times up because there were birds that started to fight. I'm super happy finally sleeping outside again. And a funny story, before I fall asleep I was moving in a hammock a bit too much and the whole thing turned around and I was lying against the mesh, so it broke a little bit and I had to sew it during the night. Anyways, I need to make a coffee now. It's 7 o'clock, something like this, and yeah, coffee is necessary. Filtering delicious Balaton water. I got some delicious coffee. After making my camp, it was time to go back on the bike, make the mandatory supermarket stop for breakfast and finish the distance for this week. Cheers! Today is already Friday, so I make only short 30 kilometers to a town where I then will finish this week's video and work from my laptop. But before, there's one more important thing open to do. This is the end of the second cycling week and I was able to end it with something really nice, with a nice refreshment in Lake Balaton. And it was really amazing, especially because since I left Vienna I was actually looking forward to take somewhere a nice bath, and now finally I was able to get it. In the last 2 weeks I did actually more than 700 kilometers already, and it was a complete mix of emotion. In the first week everything was completely new. I had to find a routine, I had to find out how everything worked, and especially with the delayed tour start, but also the first day where everything went wrong, I had actually a thought that I might turn back and give up because maybe it's not meant to be, but I'm really happy I didn't do this and just continue because it's worth every minute. In the second week it was a bit different. It was less making distance. It was very nice to stay a bit in Budapest, exploring the city a bit, and then also exploring here in Lake Balaton and take, like today, a nice bath. In week number 3 that starts tomorrow, it will be physically very challenging. It will be less about making distance, but mostly about elevation. In the first 1 to 2 days, I will leave Hungary and bike through Slovenia to Maribor, and then we cross the Slovenian Alps in order to reach Mount Triglav. A lot of elevation, quite challenging routes, but I'm really looking forward for it because it will be also a complete change of scenery. I really hope you enjoyed this week's adventure, but also the previous ones, and also hopefully the next ones. If you don't want to miss them, please subscribe to my channel. Lastly, if you like this video, please give a thumbs up. This boosts the algorithm, helps me, but it also shows me that you like this video and that you're interested in this kind of adventure. Let me know down in the comments how you like it. What would you like to see more? What would you like to see less? And in YouTube, everything is 1 to 2 weeks delayed, simply because I need to cut and pre-produce and after-produce and post-produce. So if you want to stay live, up to date with my adventure as I go through it, join me on my Instagram. I share every day live updates and also some exclusive insights that I actually don't show them in the YouTube channel, but in YouTube videos. So make sure to follow me there as well. See you next week for a new adventure. Thank you for watching. Ciao, ciao.